Welcome to the Succulent Home, guys, where today your girl, me, Melissa, is going to tackle another front yard tapestry project in this section. I got all of my succulents all right there and cacti. Got my soil, and I'm going to start creating some mounds. This is a perfect section to start phase 3 of my front yard rock tapestry. Stay tuned and keep watching, because if you're someone like me who likes to be motivated by seeing people pot and ground and do tapestries of their own, then keep watching. If you're new to my channel, like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that share button because it really helps my channel grow. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so that way I can continue to bust out new content and take this channel to the next level. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, go ahead and follow me, so that way you will see the behind the scenes, the days in the lives of the Succulent Home with me. So keep watching, guys. So as you can see, I added all the soil all right here. I'm going to keep the mounds. I want it to look mounded. I want it to look higher in certain sections than others. So I'm not going to basically pat anything down. I'm going to just continue with the look. Of course, I don't want the rocks to be covered. So I'm going to move certain of the soil that's by the rocks a little bit on this side. Simple fact, because I want the rocks to be exposed. Okay, so I don't want succulents to be too high in this section in the front. Okay. the tools you might need when you're doing a project like this. These are from Black & Decker. I got these for a good deal, I believe $9.99 for all 3 at Ross. You don't have to break the bank, and sometimes it's worth leaving the house and not going through Amazon. The next thing you're gonna need are some really good gloves. These ones I got brand new here at Ross as well. They were only $5.99, but I like that I'm able to touch the buttons. I'm gonna let that car leave. Touch the buttons, because this is where you can touch the buttons on your phone, because when I'm recording, I like to pause, I like to stop, and I like to show you the next directions that I'm potting in. You're gonna want one of these to help you along the way. I was able to use this to open up the bags of the soil. The next thing you're gonna need is a curved one. These ones, they're all rusted up, but they're still doing well. Also, you're gonna want your succulents. Whatever ones you've chosen, make sure you kind of know and you've placed them around already in the tapestry so you know exactly where you want to put them. As you can see, I've created some mounds, I've created some higher points and some lower points, and everything else that goes behind here is either going to be flat, and again, we're adding in the river rock as we go. Another great tip is make sure you have everything that's like kinda in your close proximities, so that way you're not kind of like bouncing all over the place in the section or in the area that you're working in. Everything's closer, makes it easier. So again, like that good old saying our parents used to tell us, work smarter, not harder. So I chose these blue aloe, what are they? They're called Aloe Blue Elf. I chose this one because I knew already that these would make give me more bang for my buck. When you're doing a tapestry, try to figure out what would look best in the tapestry and how you can make the money go by, or stretch is what I should say. How do you make your money stretch? Trying to not make it, I don't want this to become too dirty, so I'm going to be careful. So I'm going to start with the blue aloe. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this rooting system off. Okay. And I'm going to begin to separate some of these aloes from the root. This is when you're going to want your shears. It's okay if you cut some of the roots. It's no big deal. Just make sure you keep some of the rooting system, just so you don't have to wait until it calloused over. So I'm not doing any new fresh cutting. Okay. See? Got a really good piece right here. And I'm going to divide these ones right here. Okay. So you can see right here, there's a fresh cutting right here in the root. You're going to want to be careful with that. Make sure the sprinklers don't go off in the section wherever there's a fresh cutting for a little while. Let it be able to callus over. So I got this piece. I'm going to continue finishing this. cleaning up any old leaves or anything in here. Put that off to the side. And then I got another one right here. Even shake it upside down if you need to. There you go. Another one. You might get some of those blooms everywhere, but that's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to continue to split it up. So again, one of the rooting systems right here, it cut right in half. It's more than okay. It will survive. Just make sure you're not watering right away. Okay. Now out of just that one 1999 Blue Elf Aloe, look it, I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 big clusters of this aloe. It's going to be beautiful in here. I'm going to spread it out. These get a beautiful red, blue, purple, lavender when they're stressed out kind of color. And it's perfect. Like I said, bang for your buck. So you're making sure that the root is going to be able to fit in that hole, okay? Make sure you're paying attention to how your succulent or aloe or your cactus is turned around in your tapestry, because that's how it's going to grow. And so, oh shoot. Sorry guys. So that's the direction. Wherever the blooms are or however it's leaning, just remember that's how it's going to go when you are potting. Make sure that it's standing straight up. And I love it because the blooms are now going to be straight up. So that's where we're going right now. I'm going to put the same aloe, blue elf aloe, one on this end and one on that end. Okay, so you just saw me plant that one right here. And I added this little agave cactus right back there, multicolored one. And then I balanced off this end by potting that kalanchoe on this side. So when you're doing a tapestry, just a reminder, I know you've been following me and I might be repeating myself from each video, but when you're doing an in-ground tapestry, whether it's a desert theme or any kind of theme, try to bring balance to the tapestry. It doesn't have to be identical, but when you're looking at height and width and even colors at sometimes, make sure you're doing a balance on each side. Again, it doesn't have to be identical. Like I don't have the exact same cactus, that multicolor one, agave, on this side. And I keep on messing up that name. But what it is Sal's agave multicolor. Okay, so it's an agave. Keep on saying cactus. But yes, so balance. This is what you're seeing so far. I got the Aloe T-Rex. This is an aloe hybrid. Big old rooting system here. Don't need all those roots. I'm just gonna take some of this soil out. This is another bang for your buck. Whenever you see succulents, cacti, aloes that are in a big old cluster where there's lots of pups coming off right here, grab it because you can separate them and you can spread it out in your tapestry. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing with this one, I'm going to be separating it, trying to get as much dirt or soil from the roots as possible. I don't need all of these long roots. So look at this one, just popped right off. I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these. Actually, this is why you don't need rusted shears. Make sure that they're sharp and new when you're doing a big project like this. So you see inside here where they start separating. Just gonna separate that from that root, okay? Just like that. Okay, and you see all those babies, right? Trying to think if I should just put all of this in here just because it adds more space. I think I'm just gonna keep it all like this, all those pubs, and just take this one and I'll put it somewhere else in here. But I'm just gonna pot all that. I think it looks more of a showstopper like this. So I just pulled up this aloe. This is a beautiful aloe that I was able to move, and it's pretty much thriving from Northern California. Now, it got beat up by the concrete people the other day. I'm gonna move it to the front to bring a balance with that larger agave. Oh, you guys can't see, there you go, with that larger agave. So I needed to bring this up. I'm just hoping it doesn't get fried out here. If anything, I'm gonna go and get some shade cloth for this one, because this one might need a minute to acclimate to up here. These ones I've had out, and these are all ones that can withstand pretty aggressive heat. Now what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning it up. I'm getting all underneath here, and this is what you're gonna wanna do if you're especially if you pulled something up and you're wanting to investigate it. It looks like the section that it was in was getting way too much water. So I think I almost got it just in time, because it looks like it was about to get the process of root rot, if you ask me. So look at that. Yeah. Yeah. So clean it all up. Careful with spiders. So I just sprinkled some cinnamon on this, all on the roots and where I cut into it on accident. So the cinnamon is going to help give it some minerals, and the cinnamon is also going to help if there is any root rot. I'm hoping it's going to help dry it out if there's anything. But hey, it doesn't hurt for trying. guys, there's a bunch of red ants out here and they've been biting me up. Do you see these? These little monsters. They bit your girl's ankles and feet up. Man, those hurt. Okay, so I just potted this. I think it's a perfect place for it. And I do have it leaning, tilting a little bit towards like me, forward. And I think it's perfect. So I'm going to be potting this Aloe cactus. Schlosiri. It's in a cluster of 3. I'm most likely going to keep them all together. I'm going to keep them all together. But I wanted to show you what I was planting next. Now I am just kind of putting different pots out here, different arrangements, seeing if this would look nice and flow good together. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but for right now, I'm just moving things around, and I'm going to have to redo something in there so I can match it. It's complete. The husband, oh yeah, he potted that palm in the back, which completes this whole look so far. Now we still have to do the rock top dressing, but these are all of the succulents that we're using at this moment. We're not going to put any more for right now. You see the agave, those back there are the ponytail palms, cacti, aloe, kalanchoe, blue elf aloe. Just so beautiful. That aloe right there. It's just so great. So beautiful. And then this aloe back here. And then another to balance off the other side, ponytail palm. You guys, look at how great this looks. Can't wait to add the rock.